Okay, guys, it is time to build a CRM with Claude. So, a couple of things before we get into it. Let's talk about a CRM. What is it? It's a customer relationship manager. Specifically, the one we're going to talk about today is one for clients, one delivering to clients. So, you can have a sales CRM and you can have a delivery CRM, client delivery. Sometimes you can connect both, but never very, very smoothly. So, before Claude Code came out and all these other AI tools, it's very difficult to build a CRM that was suitable. My favourite has always been Trello, very simple, very effective. However, it's not got a lot of bells and whistles, which when you start to build a kind of more advanced business and you want to track more things for more advanced clients, there's limitations. And so I'll start this video by saying a CRM is a use case for exactly what you need. It's not anything more or anything less. It just has to be something that makes your life a whole lot easier, and more importantly, gets client results. But up until now, we've not been able to just build a custom CRM because some of them are great for one thing, but terrible at another thing. And I just want to challenge you and stretch your imagination that you can literally build it to exactly how you want it. So a CRM, like the biggest things for a CRM is usually just like what's connected to it. So like you have to think of like first thing, for example, is Stripe. Okay, it's like, right, okay, does it connect with Stripe quite easily? The answer is yes, great, like that's a bonus. And then the next thing is like, well, what's your onboarding details? So like, let's say you use Typeform for your clients to, when they sign up, they complete an audit and it is on Typeform. Like, what else do you use? So you use Typeform, for coaches, for fitness coaches and stuff like that. They would typically use like a training app. So you'd want to pull the information from there. There would be weekly check-ins. So you want to think about that going forward, how you can pull that information. And nowadays, you can literally pull anything from anywhere. Whereas you used to be limited by the fact that certain CRM softwares didn't connect with stuff very well. And so what happened was Monday.com and Salesforce and these types of places, they just ran away with it because they had all the integrations. And even if you did get some of the CRMs did have integrations, it's quite difficult to connect them and know what to do with it, right? So that's just one thing I wanted to think about is like if the connecting part of your CRM is the most important, right? And it used to be such a major issue and it isn't anymore thanks to Claude Code and any other integrations that can go with it like Manus and stuff. So let's get into it. I just wanted to give you that quick rundown. This is like a Trello-grade client tracker. You can make it as advanced as you like or as simple as you like, just like by literally talking to Claude, okay? It is limited by your imagination. That is it. You can build this in 5 minutes and it's yours forever. Now, what I'm not going to do in this video is teach you how to build one that doesn't actually work. However, there will be a lot of videos you see and a lot of like AI stuff out there where it's like, oh, look at this dashboard I built and it can't even go live, right? I'm going to show you an example of that, but then I'm going to show you how to actually build it live. So I don't have to sell you on the value of a CRM. Most coaches and consultants don't lose clients because the work they do together is bad. They lose them because nothing tells them a client is slipping until it's too late. A late payment, a missed check-in, a renewal that quietly approached without anyone preparing for it. This guide gives you a working client delivery CRM, Trello-grade, built in 5 minutes with Claude. It saves to your browser. We will build one that actually saves elsewhere as well. Your clients sit on a board. You can see at a glance. Health flags, payment due dates that turn red when overdue, renewal countdowns, and the next action on every card. Now, where this is getting even better now is like you probably have catch-up calls with clients. Catch-up calls, which, if you've got a Fathom note taker, for example, you want to make sure that your CRM can pull all of this information as well. And by the way, again, if this is what you want to happen, you need to tell Claude, this is what I want to happen. I want to connect Fathom so that whenever a client comes off a call, all the action steps and next steps are inside that individual client's profile card in the CRM. So remember, just imagine the most ideal scenario you're working with a client and make it happen. Speak to Claude about it, voice note it, okay? So it's not a sales CRM. It's built for what happens after the deal is closed. So it's onboarding, delivery, retention, the bit most software ignores, right? So what's inside? A drag and drop pipeline across 5 delivery stages, live stats, active clients, monthly value, payment overdue, clients at risk. per card name. I'll let you read this, okay? This document with all of the prompts inside, it looks like a lot, but a lot of this is just copy and paste. It's inside Claude with Chris. You can click on the link below in the description and just grab this exact prompt, document, everything. If you're obviously inside the group, you'll be watching this video now and you'll be able to grab it below. So what you need, a Claude account, which is free, a browser, and 5 minutes. Open Claude, start a new chat, go to claude.ai, open a new conversation. Nothing else is needed. Okay, paste this prompt in here. So this is going to build what's called a HTML delivery CRM. Okay, again, I'm not going to read all of this out, but you just copy this in, and then you hit send. It builds the artifact that appears on the panel on the right of your screen. It takes about 60 seconds for a build this size. You click load demo to see it populated with 8 examples, and this is what it looks like here. Okay, so I didn't want to do one that's my black and scarlet red that I have. I just wanted to do random colours with random businesses in it. I just loaded the demo here, and this is what you'll be able to see. So obviously I can move these things about here just like you can on like a Trello board or whatever. And if I click on this client, here's the primary contact for Northwind Studios. The delivery owner's me. Active delivery, are they at risk? Are they green, amber, red? Monthly value for you, next payment date. You can come in here and just set this. Are they on a retainer? And so this all got built within 60 seconds. And so is it perfect? No, if you look at the table here, it shows you at a glance. But a lot of people just use this as spread in Google Sheets. Now just have it in a proper dashboard where everything connects. And so what you want to eventually do is just whenever someone makes a Stripe payment, there's something that triggers them to come to this CRM as a client. They just appear here with their name all populated, okay? And so that's what you'll see. Now we want to make it a real CRM. So like I said, this is living on my file in my computer. So if I go over to my phone and add a new client, it won't match up, okay? So it's not great. So I wanted to show, you'll see a lot of this these days in the AI world, but it doesn't work. It's good for an example, but they don't actually work, okay? There's a big difference between that and making it properly work. The build you just made is brilliant for showing what's possible. It's a working CRM in your browser in 5 minutes for free. That's obviously part of the magic of it. But for a real CRM that you'll be using in 3 months, the browser-only version has limits you need to know about. The good news, each one has a fix. So you pick the path that matches where you are. Now, why this is still so important is that, you can come into Claude and say, I want it to look like this. Okay, change this tab up here, for example, the overdue tab. Or when I click on that, I don't want it to stick like that. I want to hover over it and it changes, or anything that you want. Again, we'll say this again, you're limited by your imagination here. And so what I would do if I was you is I would actually get the HTML looking the way I want it to look. And then say to Claude, look, I want to move this over to the next stage here that I'm going to show you in the document, okay? So path 1 is browser only. What you've just built, it's best for solo operators with a handful of clients who work mostly from one device. 3 things you need to know to keep it alive. You need to bookmark the artifact URL, use the same link every time. Different links equals different copies of the data. Always open in the same browser on the same device. Chrome and Safari are separate worlds, remember? And so on. Again, I'm not going to read all of this out for you. I just want to give you the most important parts. To make it more permanent, you want to ask Claude to give you the HTML file directly. Save it to Google Drive or your desktop. Open the file. Now the CRM lives on your machine, not in a Claude link. The trade-off here is it's per device. So laptop has its data, phone has its data, as I mentioned. They do not sync. Day 3, you'll add a client on your laptop, open it on your phone in a meeting, and you'll find an empty CRM. Okay, this is why we want to upgrade. Path 2, this is where you're hosted, single user, so same browser, only data, but the CRM page itself is on a real URL forever. No more relying on a Claude artifact link. Best for solo operators who want a permanent home, but still only need it on one device. Okay, that just shows you. And then path 3, which most of you should be doing, this is the real backend, this is the real CRM. This is the version you'll actually use every week. Best for anyone with more than 5 active clients, anyone working across phone and laptop, and anyone with a team. The build swaps local storage for a proper database, free, no credit card, your data syncs across every device automatically, and a team member has their own login. Let's say you use Stripe, let's say it's Tally or Typeform you use, any calendar integrations in there as well. And of course, 2 backend options for free. You could use Supabase. You can go down and create a Supabase account for free and just connect it to your Claude. Or you could use Firebase, which is Google's option. A little bit more of a setup, and I'm just showing you here how to do it. So either backend takes you 20 to 30 minutes the first time. Once it's done, the CRM works on every device you log into. So I want to just zoom out a minute here and actually think about what you can do here. We have within 20, 30 minutes, just by following some prompts, you can build your own CRM. Now, I want to highlight just how important that is, because literally everything that you do with a client can be optimized around the success of that client and to save you 80% of your workload when dealing with clients. So the 20% you're with your client, you are massively effective and you are clinical with them. You have all the data. Remember, most coaches and consultants and business owners, all you're trying to do is memorize everything, especially about a client. You feel terrible if you forget it's their birthday. You feel terrible if you didn't say good luck for your doctor's appointment. You can add all of that stuff if you wanted to. You can add your anniversaries. You can do it to whatever level your business requires. But ultimately, it's to get the client a result and to make you work incredibly efficient. I want your clients to be like, how did you remember that? How did you know that? That's the point here. And you can't go to monday.com and say, I want a little tab added that does this. You just can't do that. With you, there's just no end to your imagination with this. So part 3, this is where the Stripe, Tally and calendar integrations in the next section actually make sense. So I've got some webhooks here. They need somewhere stable to send data. A real back end is that somewhere. So just ask yourself, what path is that right for you? If you have under 5 clients, maybe one device is fine. Inside the Claude with Chris community, we build the team version of this, proper author authority, role-based permissions, shared client views, and the operator setup I use across my business. If you want me to build you a full CRM that is ridiculously clinical and built for your business and just take it off your hands, then you reach out to me on School and I can do that, no bother, or on Instagram. So taking it to the next level, once you've moved to path 3 with a real backend, 3 integration stacks on top, each one is follow-up prompt, same Claude conversation, okay? So you can auto-add clients from a form. So a new client onboarding starts with a questionnaire. Maybe it's a Typeform, a Tally form, a Google form. Right now, you fill it in with them, then retype the answers into the CRM. Of course, that's 2 jobs. You could connect the form. New submissions become new client cards in the onboarding stage automatically. The CRM always one step ahead of you. Okay, so this is where you add the webhook, like this, client name, business name. And then step 5 is connecting Stripe for live payments as well. As soon as someone comes in and signs up to a subscription of your service, boom, they're added in, and the details of that subscription is also added in. And then we've got push next actions to your calendar. Again, Google Calendar integration, easy done. So when all integrations are stacked, your CRM is doing this on its own. A new lead fills in a form. They appear as onboarding cards within seconds. They pay an invoice. The card flips to active delivery and Stripe tracks every payment from that point. A payment fails. The card flips to red, lands on your filter, and the chase action lands on your calendar. A renewal is 30 days out. The amber dots light up. The renewal call is on your calendar. That's not a CRM. That's an operations system for you, built by you in a Claude conversation for free. And that's it. You now have your own CRM to build. Again, something that, look, you'll make it way better than this. I did this 5 minutes before this, after I created the doc here. And eventually you just want to make it so it's completely built, bespoke to you. And you'll pay pennies for this. Honestly, you could go even 10 layers up, which we've done as well, as you have AI insights. So AI actually tells you every single day it scans this and it looks and goes, do you know what? I think in this CRM, there's 4 things that I can see here that's an AI insight. It'll ping it over to you. You get a morning daily brief about all your clients. Another layer could be social proof. You can have, it pulls all the social proof, puts it in a presentable Instagram story for you to market, and it creates an email for you to send every single day based on client results and check-ins. You could get crazy with this, and this is the power of building it yourself instead of having 20 tools everywhere. Like I said, this will the document for this will live inside Claude with Chris. The link is in the description. Hope you've enjoyed it. Any questions, reach out.